would enjoy debating with you. You have a keen mind.
Hello and welcome to Debate 9, Delta Shift in the Delta Quadrant. I am your host, Davan Skelhorn, Locutor of Czech, plain simple tailor, many hats, many shows.
Many bandanas.
I have a whole thing.
Many
and a Deep Space Niners shirt, so go Niners.
Niners.
Friend of Garrick.
Oh, hashtag saved Prodigy.
Oh,
I think Heather wins in this scenario.
Yeah, buddies.
Yeah.
Tonight's Keen Minds, we have former champion, S-tier villain, Jody Simpson.
I am S tier for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We all
I'm a
know
villain
that.
to everybody.
It's true. And newcomer to the show, Heather Narduzzi, Galpine, someone out for a blood revenge here against Maeric, who narrowly defeated her in trivia.
Yeah, it
Trouble
wasn't
with
so
It was narrow.
narrow.
It was very narrow.
You were closing the gap there at the end. You made
I
a game
know.
of
If it hadn't been for those enterprise questions, I would have smoked them.
Yeah, would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids and a pup named
Faith
Scooby-Doo.
of the heart. That's all you need. And also
Got
we
that
have
faith.
with us Maeric, who, because of that teddy mustache and cuddly demeanor, we just call Mare Bear over here.
You're not the first. Won't be the last.
Fun fact about Maeric, in high school, he was voted most likely to have a van that says free comics and candy on the side.
No.
That sports
man.
stuff.
See, Jody
When-
started
no, no,
off
when-
with
when
the
we were
verbal
kids-
uppercuts early.
Mustaches
So-
were weird when we were kids. Now they're so cool. It was the weirdest thing. It's like a
Who
whole
told you that?
generation
Your
skipped
mom?
it. No, everyone.
Oh,
Everyone who's
my.
got better
It
fashion than
started
reflective
already.
Under Armour hats.
Specify parameters.
Oh, I can do that. We have 9 Star Trek themed debates, unless there's a tie. 30-second arguments followed by a 30-second free-for-all. The contestants have no prior knowledge of the debates they will be debating on.
Well, except for the ones we
And-
submitted.
That's
not debating on
implied. And the debaters are also the judges. So the ones they are judging, they of course they know, but how would it be otherwise unless we're talking some time travel? But we're not making a timey-wimey episode here.
No wibbly wobbly stuff.
Apparently,
look
Maeric.
at that. Team Maeric. Hashtag Team Maeric.
Apparently,
Hey,
Maeric on
let's
your
go,
Discord,
buddy.
there's a thing going on about shaving your stash or not. I'm gonna have to join your Discord.
Oh yeah. We had a giant event on that last year. It was close. It was like hundreds of people, and it was close.
Are you
It's
doing
silly.
this for Movember, or is this just the thing?
No. Isn't all the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what? I hear
So-
that facial hair for men is like makeup for women. I suggest you grow some.
I just shaved today, so
Oh, okay.
but I have.
So Jody has
at one
defeated
point.
myself and Adam before on this very show.
Oh,
I've been on
geez.
this before.
Yeah,
What show
man.
is this again?
Twice.
Oh man, I did
Oh,
smoke
twice.
a lot of weed back then.
Yeah, man. A
This
year
is a
ago.
Class L Pro.
I haven't had weed in like 2 months, so
Yeah.
there you go.
It's true. I have so many shows people come on and they never know what one they're on anymore. But let's get it started, shall we? Get to fire up the debates. All right. Oh, we have a hashtag Team Heather in the comments too. But Sam,
put
a
it
bit of a
from Sam.
flip flopper,
That's
bud.
right,
You're all over the
Sam.
place.
Mwah,
Even
my
sta-
biggest fan.
Even started a Team Jody, but
Oh,
decided
Team
not
John.
to finish it.
Sam,
God.
Yeah,
what happened to our
exactly. He
relationship,
thought better
though?
of it. He's like,
You can't even give me
we started
you
so
can't
strong.
even give me my full name.
No,
Jeez.
no. So let's
I'm
get it
Team
started.
Heather
Jody,
too,
you
and
go.
I'm on the show, so you know. What do you want?
Jody, since you don't remember, but you've been on the show twice before, so we'll
Sure.
start with you. So
Okay.
let's bring up your first debate. And when you're the judge, you newcomers may not know. You have.
Do you want to say the
also
rules?
then-
I feel like that's important here because.
What did I just do? I did my rundown.
Just
30
making
second
sure.
free for alls. We did that. We did that.
Is your
Are you not paying
Is that
attention?
mustache
Oh,
growing
looking
into
good
your
for
ears
you,
or
bud.
what?
I watched the last episode. I'm just making sure everyone's paying attention.
Okay. Oh, don't watch the last episode. We tried some things. We're keeping what works.
He says there's rules, but I never follow them anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No one ever follows my rules.
True. So, by the way, Heather, I kept all of my questions to not Enterprise and not Voyager.
And all of my questions are Enterprise and Voyager. So get
ready. Ooh, he's stacking the deck.
I'm just kidding.
All right. So I will just be here to host.
So I have to read the question, right?
You do. Here you go.
Be it resolved. Kudos on Cardian from the
Anton Caridian,
excuse me, from Conscious of the King, the original series. And now it's gone, so I can't read the whole thing the way I said it. So hold on a second.
There you go.
Coming back. Oh, there it is. Was he justified in the slaughter of 4,000 people on Tarsus 4?
So to just add a quick bit of context, if you guys didn't watch the episode, they were running out of supplies, and he decided to kill 4,000 of his people and keep the 4,000 most valuable ones.
8,000 total. So,
and then the supplies arrived early, and he didn't have to do that anyway. So,
basically, he slaughtered half the people to save the other half. Where originally he didn't think anybody was going to live because the supplies weren't coming. So
but they did come.
This is your typical trolley debate that you've been probably have at least had at one point or another. Where
who is for and who is against this?
All right, I think Heather is probably more compassionate, so I'm going to give her 4 this, and I'm going to give Maeric a
cold, baby.
That cold ice stare glare of Maeric.
Then that's going to make it even more fun.
So she's arguing for the fact that he did something correct. He did the correct thing.
He did correctly do it. Yes.
Oh, good.
And you're going
always argues first.
You're going for he shouldn't have killed anybody.
Right.
And everybody should have died.
Yeah.
Eventually.
So who goes first?
Okay.
Do I pick
always
that?
Goes first.
Oh,
no,
4
goes
goes
first.
Okay, so there you go.
All right, go ahead,
Heather gets to go
Heather. Nah.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the 4,000. So does everybody die, or do we try to save the most valuable people? Now, I think he could have done it as a lottery, and that would have been more fair, but basically you have to make a decision. And sometimes you got to make the tough call, and then you have to run away and be an actor. Does that mean my time's up?
Yes.
Yep.
Amazing.
All right.
That was well timed.
Yeah. Well, very well
very
timed.
Concise.
Yeah.
Maeric.
All right, well, I need even less time. This is Star Trek. This is the series of morality, and that is maybe the least moral decision I've ever heard. No one would ever decide that was a reasonable decision to make. Even him, he made it, and it proved out to be completely wrong. My opponent, though very articulate, actually had to give a caveat herself. Even if he was to do it, he would have done it differently. This was the wrong way, and it proved wrong. He killed 4,000 people for no reason, and then became a Shakespearean actor.
All right, so now they have rebuttals, right?
Well, you guys have a 30-second free-for-all. Talk over each other.
Verbal uppercuts. Make it happen.
Do whatever you got to do. You've got 30 segens to get
impress me.
So it's absolutely true. You would have had him do it even differently, even if you were to do it. There was more fair ways. You even said that it was like the more important versus the less important. This is a slippery slope and a dangerous place for any kind of altruism in Star Trek.
You said it was the least moral thing that's ever happened in Star Trek. Girl, have you ever watched Star Trek? Okay, let's talk about Tuvix for one thing. I know that was only one person, but was it? It was 2 people.
Well, listen, a lot of different things in Star Trek can occupy the S tier of terrible things done, and a single person killing 4,000 is in that slot.
Cisco killed more, just so you know.
Well, he
just couldn't kill anybody. You get out of here. Jody.
Okay. Yes, sir. I have to pick, I guess, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I like both their arguments. I think they both made solid arguments, but I think even though Maeric showed a lot of compassion, I think Heather gave us more. She gave us more of it. All Maeric said was, "It's bad, okay," and he said that over and over again. So I think articulately as well as debate-ish, I believe Heather won that one.
I'd just like to say that
Gonna be
murder
like
is
this.
bad, okay?
Murder's 4,000 people's bad. Okay.
Okay.
2,000 people, it's bad.
It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Two Vicks.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I did actually. Wait. Before we move on, I didn't actually see like what is your stance on Tuvix? Were you saying that it was the moral decision or the immoral? Decision?
Me?
Yes. Yeah. You.
That's not the debate.
No. But you brought it up as a point. I'm just curious which side of the fence you were on.
I don't watch Voyager.
I just
You
know
what isn't worth a
Tuvix
point,
is
right?
a colloquial term.
It's not worth anything.
Maeric, whatever you think you're achieving right now, it's not working.
No, I've done a podcast on this. I was just curious where she was at. She used it as a point, and I couldn't tell what she thought, if it was good or bad.
I think Janeway is a terrible captain, but anyway.
How dare you?
Now
How
we
dare
know.
you, sir.
Now we
She
know
got
what's
her
up.
proof.
I'm an S
She
tier
got them
villain
home.
for a reason, Davan.
It's true. I would
Yeah.
expect nothing less. So
There you go.
thanks for playing the role, bud. All right,
You're
let's
welcome.
moving on to Heather. You're up next, Heather. So your first one here is
Be it resolved, Commander Nella Darren was Picard's best love interest.
who's for and who's
I
against.
don't even remember who that is.
She
played
was the
songs
piano
with him,
player
the music.
in lessons.
Oh, he was doing the flute with
He
her.
was
Yeah.
playing the flute
Yeah.
and they were jamming
I
on
know
the
who you're talking about
piano,
now. She was
And she was the head of
medical,
stellar
wasn't she?
cartography, and she was a
Oh, no,
babe.
Science.
She was stellar cartography. Okay.
Yes.
A blue shirt.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
So,
Didn't remember who that was.
I think then, Maeric, do you remember Commander Nella Darren?
I do.
Then I will have you argue for, and Jody, you're against.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Maeric, 30 seconds.
Every other character that has ever had a romantic relationship with Captain Picard has brought out the absolute worst in him. This is literally true. Darren was the best captain's wife that ever could have been. Everyone who finished that episode ended up ending wishing that she would stay. He had the most impactful thing that ever happened to him in his entire life was the flute, and he shared it just with her. It was a beautiful moment.
The flute comes from one of the worst episodes.
Am I still
of
going?
Star Trek, but anyway.
You've got like a few more seconds.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought I heard a noise that ended.
I thought I
Sorry.
heard-
I know. I
would've
thought
kept
I
going.
fixed that.
That's why I said something. I didn't want to
Yeah.
interrupt him.
I would have kept
You
going.
wanna
Jody,
give him a couple
I
more
am
seconds?
gagged. Did you just say the inner? You know what?
Yeah,
The
I
Inner
know.
Light
Do
is
your
a
debate. Do
terrible
your debate.
episode.
Yeah,
I hate to
he's
break
the
it to
worst.
you.
This guy.
And I will explain that to you later if you want to hear it. Anyway,
I don't think
do
I
not,
want to
sir.
hear it. I don't need to hear that shit.
all right.
I thought I fixed that timer, but maybe I forgot to export it as an MP3.
Do you
So
wanna-
yes, you'll hear it. There's a like a 5-second warning sound,
Do you want to give
To give
Maeric
you,
a
like-
couple more seconds just in case?
and then
I think you need the extra time
And then it
just
goes,
to try
I don't
to
need
give my
any
time to
time.
you because
this was probably
is the
going to be
wrong
the easiest
choice.
one of the night for me.
Absolutely, just
Number
as right
one,
as not
couldn't
liking the other.
remember her, and I love TNG.
is this
Okay,
open
so-
debates? Are you guys open debating?
No, I still have to say
No,
my
it's
side.
his turn. It's Jody's
Oh, it's his
turn.
turn.
Still
All
have to say
right,
my side.
30 seconds.
All right. Let's be honest. I even though I will agree with some of what you just said, I will not agree about this because number one, I do not even remember this woman. That's how insignificant she is. On top of that, she's in stellar cartography. Picard needs adventure in a woman. He doesn't need. This is the reason why what's her name was so popular with him because of the fact
What's her
that
name?
yeah, what's her name from
Vash?
Captain's Holiday. Vash, that's it. Yeah, Vash. I'm terrible with names anyway, but am I done? Oh, there.
You are now.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
well, I guess I'm done now. All right.
I'll try to fix that timer mid-show. But
I don't think it worked.
I haven't done it yet. But anyway,
All right.
30-second free-for-all.
So typical Maeric. Oh,
Absolutely
I'm
worse.
just going to say the same
You
thing over and
literally
over
listening
again.
to the guy who doesn't like the flute episode should immediately avoid everything he says about this point. It was absolutely the most meaningful relationship of any kind he's had with anyone.
Meaningful
in this entire-
relationship. It didn't even last
Absolutely.
more than one episode. How
Neither
is it
did any other
meaningful?
romantic relationship, and yet each one of those brought out the worst in Captain Picard. Vosh was
His
good for him?
relationship
Are
with
you kidding me?
Crusher was more in depth than that one.
And a
Like, come
disaster. I
on.
think everyone would agree. I would think he would have. He had a divorce in this terrible
Needs
love triangle
adventure,
thing.
and you're
It's
not getting
awful.
adventure from a chick who looks
That's
at
not what he
stars
wants. That's not what he
on a
needs.
screen all day.
Full on
Come
disagree.
on now.
They broke up sadly. It was sad for both parties.
Yeah, and on top of that, as said in the kids, but that shouldn't have anything to do with me. But Picard has a kid with Beverly. That's a good point, even though it had nothing to do with me.
Yep, but it was a hot mess.
It was a hot mess. That's true.
It wasn't good for him.
All right, I think I fixed the timer. So we'll find out next
All
month.
right.
Excellent.
So Heather, who took it?
Maeric, 100%.
Only because she likes the Inner Light.
No. First
Like
of
every
all,
other real
boring.
TNG
Inner
fan.
Light is a
No,
terrible
the Inner Light is the most
episode, and
underrated
everybody
episode.
has
Absolutely
figured
phenomenal
that out.
episode.
absolutely bunk. And then you doubled down and said that Picard shouldn't have a chick who looks at a screen all day.
That's right. He's an
Shut
adventurer.
it down. Shut it down, Jody.
Oh,
The
so you
hottest
just,
of
you use
takes.
your
Just
personal
the hottest
opinions
of
instead
takes.
of actually the facts. I get it. All right, cool.
Captain
That's right,
Maeric down
'cause
here,
I'm
Captain
the
Hot
judge.
Take up there. That's Captain Hot Take right there.
See, sometimes I come up with perfect combinations of contestants, and that's what we have here tonight.
Oh, I'm only
It's gonna
here.
be
I'm
fun.
only here to cause trouble. I know that.
Oh,
we
I-
can tell. We can tell.
I'm not dumb. We know who the real
Yeah.
contenders are.
We know who the S tier villain is too. All right, Maeric.
Yes, it's Jod. Jod is the S tier villain.
Jod.
Jod.
Hashtag go Jod.
Team Jod. All the way.
All right, my turn, right?
It sure is.
All right. DS9's Move Along Home, often lamented by fans as a terrible episode, is in fact actually a fantastic episode. I'm going to put
Who's
Jody for
Oh, fuck.
and
you.
Heather against. Who's the villain now?
Can I just give you
Yeah.
a point? Like, do I have to even say anything about this?
No, Jody, you know how the game works. If you don't believe it, bullshit. And you bullshit with the
right.
best of them. Go.
All right, hold on. Bullshitting. It is a fantastic episode. Not only is the setting fantastic, but boy, that game is a lot of fun. Wow. That is a lot of fun. And the characters that are in it, oh my God. You can't get better than that. It was like playing a video game watching that episode. It was fantastic. I can't even say anymore. I'm so excited to go watch it again. Done.
I wish I
Concede,
had some,
Mike.
I wish I had some Clontiques to
And
be tapping in the
scene.
background.
You timed the end scene, and I did fix the timer. Sweet, let's go. I just saved it in the wrong file. All right. Okay. Well,
All right,
Heather.
Heather, prove him wrong.
Heather's going to
I'm
do
ready.
this anyway.
Move Along Home is lamented by fans for a reason. It's terrible. It's nonsense. Look at the costumes. Look at the guy's space mullet. Oh, please. And the little rhyme, Alamarine. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. Zip it up. Like, it's so boring and so childish, and everyone skips it. Good night, nurse. Move along. Next episode.
That was almost as good as the needs of the many line. That was also really good.
Mm. All right.
You don't really need me to
Open
say it,
debate.
do you?
Open debate.
You know what?
Jody, with the knowledge of what episodes you like and don't like, I'm just not surprised at all that you find this episode fantastic because your taste is terrible.
This is hurting me more than you know.
Yeah.
No, this is, the set pieces alone are fantastic. Like, come on. Like, you know what? Have you ever wanted to play chess with yourself? This is the excellent way of doing it.
No, Sam, I love mullets.
And on
just
top
not
of that, you
line.
can do the dance.
Just not space mullets.
Yes, and space
Just
mullets.
space mullets. Earth mullets are totally
True.
cool, Sam.
Bonus points for the name of the race. Do you guys remember?
I don't care.
No, not off the top of
That
my
was
head.
my answer.
Gavin? Oh man,
Well, the shappiest race, but that's all I
it's the
know.
shabbiest race.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the wadi.
I didn't know we were doing.
wadi.
Oh, the
really
wadi of
one-sided
course.
debate
Of
here.
course.
I gotta make it. I gotta make it fun. Obviously,
Not gonna
Heather
get you a
wins. That's
point,
the
though,
most disingenuous arguing I've ever heard for anything in my life. Jod, you're gonna.
He
have to
did,
step
he
that
did
up
not
on
mask his bullshit well.
Not
that
even
time.
a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, no. Heather, very
wasn't trying
passionate,
to.
and I
It's a
love the
terrible
lines.
episode.
Like those.
I
really
like the inner
sweet
light
lines.
more than that episode.
I like
Wow.
that episode.
So do I, but I like them
Probably
both.
better than the inner light.
We have the full
So-
gambit here.
Yeah. All right, Jody.
Oh yeah, it's me again, is it? All right, Data was Data Data. Sorry, Data. I don't know.
All right, Pulaski.
Name.
Whatever,
What is that?
Pulaski.
Yeah.
Oh, number one, if you want to go there, Heather, we can go there. All
He likes
right?
Pulaski.
Don't call me Pulaski. That is just a terrible insult.
Wait, you
Oh
don't
my.
like Pulaski, or you
No, I
do
don't
like
like
Pulaski?
Pulaski.
Oh, okay.
But anyway. All right.
Finally,
I
not
don't like a
happening.
lot of things, if you notice. Be it resolved. Data was justified in not releasing the transporter lock when directly ordered to by Riker to protect the exocomp. And that was, of course, from TNG Quality of Life. I'm going to go Maeric for and Heather against.
So I'm
Before-
arguing for. Okay, go ahead.
So Maeric has to say, yes, he was justified to do it. Heather has to say, no, he shouldn't have did it.
And the like double negatives are confusing me a
They
little
are
bit.
very.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I agree.
So,
Okay, hold on.
What
Never
am I
mind.
You're
arguing?
arguing that wait, where's my double negatives here? Data was justified
There
in not releasing the transporter lock when directly ordered by
No,
Riker. Yeah.
So Heather, you're saying that he should have released the transporter lock because he was told to,
He was
even though
ordered to.
Data didn't want to.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and Maeric is saying he was justified in doing it.
Yeah,
was
he
justified
should
in
have disobeyed orders and protected the
Yep.
escort.
And Maeric, you're up first.
Okay. He absolutely was justified in trying to protect what he knew at that point to be a sentient life. These are the principal tenets of the Federation. He had more information than his commanding officer, and at no point in Starfleet has it ever been okay to simply blindly follow the orders when you know something goes against the cardinal rules of Starfleet. We have seen this time and time again. He was protecting what he knew to be a life form, and he was doing everything that his Starfleet training and his betters would have told him to do if they had all the information.
Heather.
It's time to follow orders. Data, you got an order, you got to follow it. You enlisted in Starfleet, you're supposed to follow the orders. Riker, who is very sexy, gave you an order to blow the Roomba out of the airlock. So do it, or we're going to take you apart like lore, like before, and that's going to be the end of it. Sorry, Data, love you, bye.
Listen, Riker is sexy. She changed my mind. Can I change my vote? Is that allowed?
Queen Heather, says Sam. Yes.
I've had a long-standing theory that Sam is on drugs, so keep that in mind.
No. But aren't we all?
30-second open
No.
debate.
Open debate.
Oh, open debate. So
Listen, Riker's sexy. The beard convinces me too. But at the end of the day, wrong is wrong. And in the end of the episode, they would have all agreed. Yeah. Oh shoot! Good thing we dodged that bullet and didn't make that decision. You made the right call,
if
Data.
Riker's wrong, I don't want to be right. So,
Or I just want to be wrong with him, right? Is that yeah?
yes,
I gotcha.
Preferably
Yeah.
on the holodeck and also minuets there.
Oh, also Minuette is there. Oh, can I come too? I want to come too. This sounds more and more like a party.
Well, I don't know. If you followed orders, then maybe you could join us in the holodeck party.
Buffer time! Buffer time!
I'm just glad I don't have to mop it up.
God.
So, do I have to give either one of them a point?
No points awarded.
No points awarded.
I'm waiting for Davan to tell me.
What's that?
Do I have to
what?
give them a point?
You sure do.
Oh,
Somebody.
okay. I'm gonna give it to Maeric.
Yeah,
Because even though I completely agree, and I personally would definitely go for Riker as well, I don't think that's enough.
this is the piece we all needed. This is the leap that will join us all. Riker is sexy. So
Apparently, the comments say that I'm on drugs because I like the movie Nemesis.
It's a bad
You
movie.
like Nemesis?
I like parts of Nemesis. I don't think it's a good movie.
Well,
but
I agree there. That's
Let's put it this
being
way. I
alive,
like
and
Nemesis
I like
like
Nemesis,
you
and
like.
I hate children and puppies.
Well, I think Insurrection was a big pile of shit.
And that's better than Nemesis.
I love
by a long
Insurrection.
shot.
I love Insurrection. Okay, let's move on. It's my turn to judge.
Let's run through rocks. It'll be fun. Anyway,
Yeah, or
Be
let's
it resolved.
let's mind molest poor Deanna Troy for half the movie.
like
That's
how
all.
many
No,
times
no,
does she
that
get
was
mind
terrible.
raped? Like that poor
Terrible.
girl. Anyway, sorry.
Terrible. No, I agree with that. Okay, so be it resolved. Bada bing, bada bang is the most fun holodeck episode across the franchise.
Okay, someone has to remind me of what
That's
this
the
is.
one where they
the casino
do
heist.
the casino heist to save the casino from
Oh, and
for Vic
DS9.
from Frankie Eyes. Yeah.
Our man
Okay.
Bashir.
I
Our
remember
man
that.
Bashir.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to have Maeric argue for and Jody against.
Okay.
All right, Jody. I mean, Maeric. Go.
I don't
No.
need to put on any kind of bullshit mask. This is absolutely how I feel. It's the best holodeck episode of all time. One of the best DS9 episodes of all time. It took every classic element of James Bond, of heist movies, Ocean's 11. It brought together every character, got to explore a little bit about race, brought in the new character that we got in Vic Fontaine, which is fabulous, made us care, feel about him. It was fun from beginning to end. That is on everyone's top 10. There's no way you can tell me that there's another holodeck episode that is better from top to bottom than that. It is the last season, has everyone in it, and it's fantastic.
Jody.
So, you know what I like in my Star Trek?
Nothing.
Star Trek. That's what I like. And you know what? When you have an episode that you're just lazy to decide, you know what? I'm going to take just a story that's random and put it into Star Trek because I can't make a whole 26 episodes of science fiction that I have to actually do it this way. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a James Bond holodeck program so that way I don't have to watch sci-fi, because why tune into DS9 so I can see sci-fi when I can see James Bond? That sounds like a great idea.
Open debate.
Wow. If you're attacking what is literally at the heart and essence of Star Trek. This is a Star Trek episode through and through. It takes us, transports us to a new place, see it through a different lens, and get all these aliens in it. It was so much fun. It's such a fun episode.
See it through a different lens. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I mean,
lens.
if you attack DS9 writing in
I'm
that way, I
surprised
think
they
everyone's
didn't
against you
license the
already.
James Bond theme. Okay, like this is up there with Casino Royale as being a good episode.
It's
like,
Ocean's 11, way more than it is James Bond.
It's brutal.
He doesn't even know which episode we're talking about.
I know. I think he's
exactly what
making this
episode
all up,
you're
dude.
I haven't seen it in forever, but I know which one you're talking about. But as the comments have said, you're basically biased, Heather, so I'm never getting a point from you anyway. So.
I think that's just a problem. Davin, you're supposed to bring Star Trek fans on this show. I thought that's what this is. No?
Oh, there's all Star Trek fans on
I'm a
this
fan
show.
of good sci-fi, which this episode didn't have.
Yeah, Nemesis. Let's go.
I didn't say Nemesis was good. I said I enjoyed it. That's a difference. And your Alan Moraine
All right, Joe,
thing there,
Heather.
people enjoyed
Alan
that.
Moraine. Count to 4. Alan Moraine. Then 3 more. Oh,
People
sorry.
enjoyed that, and I think it's a terrible episode.
I'm having a blast.
I knew I wasn't getting any points from either one of you anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
Contrary to popular belief, I did think that your opening argument, Jody, was very strong.
Thank
And
you.
I'm going to give you the point for this one, even though I totally agree with Maeric, and
Pity
he was
point.
100% right.
Whether
Pity point.
you agree, it's about the debate.
Pity point.
Not about the answer.
It's a pity point. It's all right. We can give pity points. That's fine.
I'll take a pity point. I'm fine.
Yeah, he needs
I'm
one.
fine
Just
with
give him a
You
pity.
know what? She might get one back now because she was nice.
Oh, is this
saying.
Monopoly? Guys, I'll trade you. I got free parking.
That's why I love my rules here. They're corrupting it. Like there's a political.
Is there a
element
rule
involved.
about terrible mustaches?
I'm telling you, you need more facial hair than Davin's got. Cover that. Cover
Dude,
the rest
I
of the
was a
face there,
bear
bro.
this morning. I just shaved. Like I was a bear.
Oh man.
But anyway,
Someone tried to feed him honey. Yeah.
more than once.
Dangerous.
You
Dangerous.
can't see my belly, but it's accurate.
Maeric.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. So, we've seen a new generation of Star Trek that's brought us many new and exciting things. Detached nacelles are the clear and logical advancement in ship design we'd want and expect to see in the 32nd century. I'm so glad that they're in there. Aren't you too? Jody is for. Heather against.
Fuck! Why do they keep giving me the ones I don't want?
Because it's a game, Jody.
Must be your poker face.
It must be.
That's gotta be
I have a very good poker face, as you can tell. All right, so I'm 4, right?
it. Yeah.
All right. You know what? Unfortunately, we have to progress, guys. You can't just keep doing the same old, and things just are going to be a thing. You have to progress. We had stuff like different drive mechanisms and stuff like that. We have to have nacelles that are different now. And what better way to make them different than to make them not connected? Because you know what? That's just the best way to do things. And you know what? I like wireless devices. My phone is wireless. That's a fantastic idea.
You guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys don't have wireless charging? It's the future. What are you guys talking about? This is fantastic. Bluetooth? That's
Oh, I
fantastic
forgot to hit the
too.
timer, but I'm pretty sure that's your 30
Just keep
seconds.
going. Let
probably
her keep going.
Probably 30 seconds.
I'm starting to feel
Yeah, but when
bad.
do you
I'm
set
starting to
the
feel bad.
nacelles on the charger? Like
That's
between
right.
missions? Or...
Well, you know,
Anyway.
you got a magnetic bond there. It's
Heather.
Detached nacelles? We can barely keep the ship together as is. Isn't that going to make it more difficult for shields? Like, wireless doesn't work, Bluetooth doesn't work, and now we're going to have the nacelles floating by the ship all willy-nilly? Absolutely not. Shut it down. Deal breaker.
Deal breaker.
I got a charge on my phone. Wireless does work.
I like this game.
All right. Yeah, Debate 9's the best game. All right. And you're watching it here live, folks. All right. Open debate.
You know what? I understand your logic with shields, but we're also talking a difference of how many years compared to what your data is showing you. You know what? Wireless is the way to go. Like, and I don't know what kind of cheap Bluetooth shit you got, but my shit works. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's
But you know
pronounced
what?
data, Jody.
What's that?
It's pronounced data.
Well, it depends on who you are and what profession you're in. But anyway. But you know what? Wireless is the future. We have to progress. That's just how life works.
The future, the 32nd century future, though? I don't think so.
Well, if they can't have it working great by then, you screwed, aren't we?
Maeric.
Listen, first of all, I put this, the first one, as memey as it might sound to some, I actually love Move Along Home, but this one I put in as an absolute meme because I hate detached nacelles.
I do too.
But Jody put so much genuine effort into that. I got to give it to you, buddy. I mean,
Yeah, that
your
was excellent.
bullshitometer was way better this time than it was last time.
I have a hope in hell now. All right.
My Bluetooth works.
My Bluetooth does work. I don't
You
have any
guys don't
problem.
have phones?
I gotta get better Bluetooth. I'm in IT and I don't have any problems.
Close game here.
And
2
my
points
phone
apiece.
right now, Heather,
2, 2, and 2.
it's at 87%. Wireless charging works.
Oh my God. Detach those
I haven't
nacelles,
plugged that
baby.
thing in
The
years.
future's now.
What's that?
I said, detach those nacelles. The future's now.
I think detached nacelles are stupid.
Stupid.
I think
All
almost
right.
everything from the 32nd century we've seen is stupid. So, you know,
I'm with you, buddy. We agree on that.
yeah, Discovery is
Yeah.
terrible and it makes me throw up every time I think about it.
Mm-mm.
Anyway.
Let's move on.
You haven't even watched all of Voyager.
Yes, I have.
Why would you go into Discovery and not watch Voyager? Oh.
She didn't. She just said she did, and then she's like, I don't know.
No,
why.
I watched all of Voyager like when it aired, but
Oh.
other than a rerun here and there, I haven't gone back and
I hadn't
watched
seen
it.
Enterprise though.
Boy,
Oh,
1997.
God,
Yeah,
That
no.
there we
puts
go.
a tear to my eye.
Stinky. It no.
I'm rewatching Enterprise now.
Kitty. What's Kitty?
Heather, it's been a long time.
This is Miles. He's named after Miles O'Brien.
Oh, do you really want him to suffer?
You know what?
Yes, sometimes. 'cause
Miles
he doesn't
is
know how to
very
put these little
upset
claws
that-
in.
Miles is very upset that you like Discovery.
Ooh.
No, I think he likes it.
Hmm.
Anyway,
He might. I was falling asleep, but he might have stayed up and watched it. I don't know. Oh, did someone just realize saw your uniform, your Prodigy uniform there, Maeric? 10 out of 10.
Diamond,
Yes.
fellow night shift member there. Thank you very much, Diamond. It's my lucky uniform.
It's
All
very
right,
nice.
Jody.
Do the Captain Maeric maneuver.
oh, I got another one. Do I? All right. Be it resolved. Raising an orphan Cardassian on Bajor to hate his own species is a form of child abuse. This is from the DS9
Is
episode.
this Rugal?
What's
Yeah,
that?
Rugal.
Yeah, Rugal.
Is it Rugal?
I'm surprised you knew that because I had to look it up.
Hmm.
I'm like, I don't remember the kid's name.
Niner for
Good
life.
episode.
It is, yeah.
All right. I'm going to give Heather 4, and I'm going to give Maeric against. So Heather has to say it is child abuse, basically. She has to argue for it being child abuse.
30 seconds now.
Of course course it's child abuse to teach a child to hate their own race. If you're going to adopt a child of another race or species, you should teach them about their own culture and let them know about the ways of their people. Of course, that would be very difficult for Bajorans with the occupation, but then just don't adopt the child. Give it to Cardassia. For Cardassia! The children.
And the children. Oh my god.
I don't know what it is, but man, she can end right at the time she needs to end.
she plans these out.
I think she has a timer somewhere on.
It's all natural, baby.
Like if we were giving out points just for the accuracy of how she cuts herself off at the right time,
she wins.
She would have won.
Heather has a distinct debate style, and I'm here for it.
All right.
All right. So
wait, could I?
No, it's not.
The topic was that grown up, like brought up to hate Cardassians, right? Not to hate him.
Yeah, they taught him to hate Cardassians. He feared them, like he ran from Garrick.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Then tried to stab him, I think, maybe. Anyway.
You probably were watching
30 seconds now.
He was not a friend of Garrick.
This is a really tough discussion to have, and certainly Heather knows that because Heather even said it herself, that it is a really tough situation to be put into after 50 years of occupation and murder. Drugel himself is learning it in school. It's not just his parents. They killed 100,000 or 100 million, I think it was, Bajorans that he had a test on. The truth is that the alternate possibility that you said, which was to give it back to Cardassia, is not on the table. They don't want them back. That's the rest of what happens in the episode. Even at the very end, he tries to talk the politician into taking the rest, and he won't. This is a mercy that they're doing for them.
Is it a mercy to teach the child to hate its own people?
To keep it out of maybe the slums or growing up on the street? 100% it is. He actually loved his parents. He was crushed when he was told that he had to leave his parents. They loved him. He loved them.
Put him in a holodeck and get him some hollow parents.
Bajorans don't have that either. Bajorans don't have that stuff. Bajorans just recovered from 50 years of occupation. They got crumbs.
They have holodecks.
Provisional government.
Oh, they got time to do bank heists. They got time to do
Deep Space Nine does because of the Federation and Quark, but certainly not the Bajorans. There were tons of Cardassian orphans still left there at the end of that episode.
Wow.
Yeah, but Bajorans don't have holodeck.
Nobody wants it. Listen, I'm for Cardassia, but I mean, nobody wants the orphans.
So for the first time today, I don't actually know who I should vote for because they both did really well.
It hasn't come up yet, but the judge can call for 30 seconds more if they.
Okay, I want 30 seconds more then.
All right.
So clearly, there is no better alternative. If the alternative is to leave them in these, the orphans even they showed up in the episode. Oh, you come to take us home, sir? He's like, no, sorry, you guys are screwed. That's basically what Garrick had to say because nobody wants these kids.
Yeah, that's amazing. Garrick was like, okay, bye, kids. I'm going back to my shop. See ya. It's not Garrick's responsibility. It's not Cardassian's
Listen, I'll put it on their responsibility, but whose responsibility is not on is the Bajorans who raised him lovingly. Clearly not abuse. This is the best that can be done for him, and he's got it better than every other Cardassian child that's left there.
For Cardassia?
All right, I changed my mind. For Cardassia!
Well, that 30 seconds didn't help me.
You know why? Because they're both really good points. Actually, the fact is that they're both
good debate.
It's a good debate.
I saw this one,
I think both of you did well there. But when it comes to actual like gut wrenching spirit, I think I'm gonna give this one to Maeric, even though I kind of don't want to because I think Heather's was a little bit more showy. You know,
Mine was crueler.
Oh, Cardassia!
It was, yeah. I'm still gonna give it to Maeric though because he gave more points for his point. I think.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And
but I will say that was very hard for me to judge.
It's a tough
It was a good one, a good debate, you guys.
It was.
I do have a tiebreaker for 2 people or 3 people if needed. So
it won't be 3 people. I'll be gone soon.
You never know, Jody. You're such a little Eeyore over there. All right.
Thanks for
nobody loves me.
I lost
tail
my tail again.
We'll find it for you, buddy. We'll find it.
It's raining again.
All right,
it's not
Heather.
bad.
Okay, be it resolved. Captain Eric Pressman was part of Section 31, and the Pegasus was one of their projects.
Interesting. Who's for?
I will say Jody for and Maeric against.
Okay. Jody, 30 seconds.
All right. Pressman, dude is shady. And you know what shady comes with? Section 31, because that's what Section 31 is all about. You got to be shady. You got to wear some black and leather. And you know what? You got to hide shit, because that's what they do. And the Pegasus was a terrible, terrible tragedy that unfortunately unraveled because of them playing around with technology they shouldn't have been playing with. They had even, charters for it and everything. But Pressman, that dude is shady.
Maeric.
Shady, I'll give you, but bumbling as well. This is one of the most technologically advanced, most amazing advancements that Starfleet could ever had. This is a hugely influential piece of technology, and they sent Pressman, who screwed up the entire thing all by himself. Section 31, I think not. They would never have left this slip out of their hands to be screwed up just like that with a single bumbling admiral and no backup support to save this at all. Not to mention the fact that it was never used again. In all of the big things that could have ever happened in Starfleet, it never returns. Section 31 would have done better.
Pressman was the captain, by the way.
No, captain.
Yeah.
He was one of those. I thought he had Badmiral energy. You know what I mean?
No, he did. No, he was
shady.
Captain. He was Riker's captain, but he was an admiral in that episode.
You're right. He was
an admiral in the episode.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
when this happened, he was a captain.
When it happened, it was a captain. That's why I kept it in there.
And we're talking about him being part of 31, so he was a captain first. So
yeah. So open debate.
All right. You know what, Pressman? Yes, I think he is a little bit bumbling, but let's be honest. Starfleet has a lot of that. As for Section 31 playing around with shit they shouldn't be playing around with, well, obviously they are. But you know what, Pressman? He was given a ship. He was given an assignment. Clearly somebody knew what was going on there. And
Dominion War, Borg Advance, the Undine, every possible world.
Yeah,
and
we have an atomic bomb. It doesn't mean it's a good idea.
Phasing never came back. This is what Section 31 does.
But Section 31
Section 31 should have had it. I'm actually on your side. I wish they did. I wish they had it. That would have been nice.
Well, Pressman obviously was part of Section 31. There's no debate there.
The bumbling fool.
The guy had their technology in his hands.
Yeah, and lost it like the Badmiral he is.
I didn't say he was
Look at these
Section
two.
31 person, but he was.
Listen,
he was
there would have been
it.
operatives in the corners, man. That Bashir would have shown up with his gun and tuxedo.
Do you not
and
think
some
there's
would have
jackasses in the CIA? Of course there is. Okay.
Where's my needle snack?
We've seen Section 31 show up for the silliest things compared to this. This is like balance changing and the whole.
This is shit that the higher ups didn't even know about. He was clearly.
All right.
He's that cool, President.
Heather.
I'm going to need 30 more seconds.
Oh my God! Really? Okay.
You got 30 more seconds.
Oh, okay.
You had like
an
minute.
Unsolicited
I'm
minute
just joking because you two just nattered on for what felt like an
another 30
eternity.
seconds.
No, I want the last word.
I don't need the last word. I've already made my point.
No, you have
My
the wrong
point is
word.
really
That's good
clear.
enough. You can
He
have the
had
wrong word. That's
technology
totally
he should
fine.
have had.
Yeah,
Where is he going to get that from? He didn't get it from the fucking Borg. He got it from.
So you think that
it.
Section 31 gave it to him and then just let it be fumbled like that? Why would he give it to him and then leave
Just
it
because
at
they
it?
didn't know he was a dumbass.
There's no logic in this at all. None
Just
at all.
because they didn't know he was a dumbass doesn't mean he wasn't.
No,
part
like
of
you
it.
said, he was a captain when he had it. They know he's a dumbass. He screwed this
Dude,
up
broken
twice, not
clocks are
once,
right
but twice. He
twice a
screwed this up
day.
in 2 different times.
I didn't say he wasn't a fuck up. That's not the question.
But Section 31 doesn't know that he is. You just said that they didn't know that he is. Of course they know. It's 30 years
Oh,
they know.
They probably had an inkling, but at this point they're like, we need a stupid captain, so we're going to recruit him because he's stupid and he'll do what we told him to do.
Yeah,
and that's what he did. He tried to do it, but he fucked
Flutes
it up.
suck, and I hate love.
Hey,
Wait, where'd
Heather,
it go?
how's it going?
David, have you ever had to do that on a show before?
That was great.
Well, Jody kicks me off of shows all the time.
It's true, I do.
Yeah.
Usually when he tries to do his little like, let's talk to dolls thing.
Let's
I
talk
keep
to dolls.
the whimsy. I keep the.
Oh, okay,
I have
that's
puppets. But anyway,
You're up there with
yeah, Heather.
Do you have a
Let
puppet
me
presentation?
render my judgment.
Okay.
So I
Kick him, John. Kick him. I actually didn't think you could. I didn't think you had the power.
Jody has the power.
I have the same access he has.
All right.
Okay.
Heather.
Well, this one's really tough. I agree.
This is a bonehead easy one. What are you talking about?
It sure is.
Well, I was going to give you a
absolutely is.
point, and then you called me a bonehead, so you can suck it, Jode.
Oh, see, there you go. There it is again.
No, what I was going to say is
It's your winning personality.
That's
The
what my wife
personality
says.
of a Tellarite.
I
Wife does that,
agree
so, yeah.
more with Jody's argument, but I felt that Maeric delivered his argument better and was more convincing. So, point to Maeric for me.
Point to Maeric.
Okay.
And all right.
Okay.
Oh, Maeric's got the big lead
I'm sorry,
here now.
John.
He's still making friends. He's still making friends out here.
Well, in fact, Maeric, we're going to do the last debate, but you have won.
Ah,
There's only one debate
Huzzah!
left. So good job, Maeric.
honestly, so much fun. This is such a fun.
So this one will determine second place.
It's my last one.
If you ain't first,
Yep.
you're last.
Oh God, you
What does that
guys.
can do for us?
Listen to this because I left this one in and I left it up to Davan. I thought this might be a little bit much for this format. And now that I see how short the little bite-sized things are, good luck with this one because this could be a whole podcast. Okay, here we go. Be it resolved. With the new generation of Star Trek started with Discovery in 2017, there seems to be a dichotomy established between heavily emotional. No, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. Star Trek, often celebrated for its positive and social influence, has become too heavy-handed in its political leanings, no longer reaching any audience that it could impact, and only appealing to those who already agree with its ideals. Be it resolved. Did I say that? Okay, I'm gonna say, oh God, Heather 4 and Jody against. Oh really?
Never get the one I want. I literally had one sentence and I would have won that. I'm just saying.
Oh, wow.
Oh, now I want to
Well-
flip it. Can I flip it?
No, you can't flip it.
Yeah, flip it. Maeric's already won. Flip it. Let's go. I want to hear what Jody's one killer.
All right.
Davin, you're the boss.
All right.
You're the boss. You tell
All
me.
right.
It's for second place. Flip
You
it
ready?
if you want, man.
You ready?
It's still an
Okay.
entertainment
This is it,
show,
and I'm
man.
gonna mic drop right after that. Okay, you
Okay.
ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Okay, I'm
There
gonna.
it goes.
You gotta come.
30
closer.
seconds.
Oh, get
Ready?
close.
Ready? Go woke, go broke. That's how.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I don't think that's gonna win anything.
Joke, Jody.
Oh no!
Yeah, ask Disney
Heather's
how
about
that's
to
working out
climb
for
through
them.
the screen. She's
Go
gonna
ahead
climb
and ask
through kill you.
Disney shareholders how that's working out for them. Let me know how that works out. You know what? There's
we're
nothing
really
wong with
concerned
being woke,
with is the
but there's a certain
shareholders
that
in
you
Star
have to go
Trek.
with, and that's.
Oh my God! Shut him down. Turn him off.
Heather, 30 seconds if you can keep it to that.
You think Star Trek has become too heavy-handed in its political ideals? You ever see the episode of the original series where they had one guy painted half white and half black with pancake makeup paint? Do you think anybody watched that and was like, huh, racism is wrong. I've changed my mind. I'm not a bigot any longer. No, come on. Of course, Star Trek has always appealed to the people who already agree with it, and that's the case with everything.
But
30
aren't
seconds,
you
open
kind of
debate.
a racist when you look at that and think that?
What?
I said, aren't you kind of a racist when you think that that's what that was about?
No!
Oh, okay.
I told you this needs to be a whole podcast, man.
I'll say it again. Go woke.
He said it a second time.
I don't think it's working.
I don't think
Okay,
it's
all right.
Well, if
Here-
you want an actual honest opinion,
Yes,
can
I
give
do.
that to
I
you.
do. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You know what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Our time's up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Maeric, do you want 30 more seconds?
No, I would love to hear Jody's actual point. Yeah.
All right, 30 more seconds.
All right. You know what? There comes a point that some people are going to be okay with things, and the new generation is going to have a completely different view on things. And unfortunately, when that happens, this is what we're going to end up with. We're going to end up with a Star Trek that we don't recognize, but the next generation does, because that's what they want to see. The problem with that is that, unfortunately, that doesn't always line up with what most of society goes with. So unfortunately, yes, I think that even though, yes, it's celebrated, I still don't think it's necessarily a great idea in some scenarios.
Well, I would say there are millions of people who disagree with that and love
Absolutely.
the new Trek.
Yep.
And there are also millions of people who hate it, as evidenced by the internet.
Oh,
Love
absolutely.
the internet.
But to disregard the people on the internet as being not an opinion, and only the people that like it as an opinion, is part of the problem we have right now because of that.
Maeric.
Interesting point. This is a really tough one because I wrestle with my own like really passionate feelings about this topic versus what has being said here. So I think on the merit of the argument, I was going to give it to Heather because I'm with you until I lost you, and I lost you when you said that. Do you think people who watched that episode were really impacted in any way, as if they didn't already agree with it? And I think that's, even if you're right, which I'm not sure that I agree with that, but even if you're right, that's a really sad and dismal take on Star Trek. I like to think that Star Trek is out there making a difference and impacting people with positive changes, and has shown that science fiction, it was really the instrument that showed that science fiction can be the tool and the lens through which we look at these things that are not so easily talked about. So I want to believe, and unfortunately because I choose to believe, I like X-Files and I like Judd for this point. So
Judd. Second place.
Oh, hell
Jody.
God.
Judd!
All
I'd like to
right.
say that I don't disagree that Star Trek inspires us and is meant to make positive change. Absolutely.
Not
I-
sure it's
What I
inspiring
meant
now.
by that comment is I don't think that somebody who is actively racist and bigoted watched an episode of Star Trek and was like, you know what? I love everyone. Everybody's equal now. You know what I mean? I think like somebody very entrenched in hateful beliefs is not going to have their mind changed by anything.
Here's what
Well,
I
think
think's
a
the
better
middle
example of
ground
that
on
would have
that.
been the Kiss one. I think that would have been probably a better example of what you're saying,
I
Heather.
think Heather.
But I agree
where
with Heather, quite honestly. But
let's give Davan
Well,
the final word, the final thought.
I think where I agree with Maeric a bit on this one is I think you're mostly right, Heather. But where that episode may do the thing we're talking about is, especially in the 60s, before the internet, there were people who never left their small town.
True.
So you might live in a small town of 1,000 people or 300 people and never even be exposed to that idea. And
Yeah,
that's
like nowadays
where
we're
it could have
exposed
that
to-
effect. If it's
so-
like if that episode is showing you something for the first time that you've never even exposed, it might make you think, which may
That is
plant
good
a seed,
point,
and
yeah.
that
Well, the
seed
fir-
may grow.
If you
Yeah,
look at
but-
the first interracial kiss, like that was a big deal to some
Huge.
places, and other places no one cared, right? So
Yeah.
I think it also depended on like what area you were in the States, for instance, would be whether that was acceptable or not.
That's very
and
true.
stuff like that. And it goes to the black and white face thing too, because I completely agree with you, Heather, and that's the sad thing is I actually agree with what you said, but that wasn't what I was supposed to do.
I agree with both of you. I actually think you both have really fair points on this, which is why
Well, I
nice
think
and
you're
tough.
absolutely right, though. That is a very hard that could be its own show, like
Yeah.
that.
Well,
particular-
we'll launch a Class L probe with that one, maybe.
I was going to say you have a mechanism
idea.
for exactly that.
We
So-
have a
I
show
think
for
we
that.
Put
can
those
agree
two on
that
it.
we're all wonderful geniuses.
Yes, that I agree with. Let's go. For Cardassia!
Just remember, guys, Alan Meringue.
Count to 4.
Get Heather on the episode recap, Sam.
I would love to have Heather on recaps. I would love to.
Yeah,
have
you'd
Eric
have
on
to talk
recaps.
to Jody and Dave, Captain Dave, over in the.
I
command
think we're
division.
doing next gen next, so I think you guys would both be very good for that.
Fun.
And we also
So
want
fun.
to, for that one, we don't want to have the same cast constantly, so we want to have
It's a
people
rotator,
constantly rotated in. So if you have certain episodes that you guys want to be part of, then maybe we can arrange that.
I'd love to be on your Inner Light episode.
Me too. Can I
I
volunteer
will
for
be
that,
more
Sam?
than happy to be on the Inner Light episode. So
I'll
just
skip
out of
that one.
curiosity, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Steve Shives. Have you actually seen his information on that?
No.
I highly suggest you watch it.
He's so
Because
combative that I
he
have
is
a hard time watching.
combative,
Even when I
and-
agree with him, I don't like him. So I have a problem.
Well, and that's the
with it.
problem I
It's tough.
find too. Like I've met the man. We had him on one of the radio theaters.
Radio theaters.
Yeah.
A couple,
And
I think.
very nice guy. Totally cool. Love him. And you know what? I even support his Patreon. But I do disagree with a lot of the stuff he says. But I will tell you that actually, no, sorry, it wasn't him. It was what's that girl's name? It's failing me right now. But if you look up like how Inner Light really wasn't that good of an episode, you'll find it. It's got tons of views on it. And she makes some amazing points. Some absolutely amazing points. And some of the stuff that I caught as well.
Can I ask what the ratio is on that video?
Honestly, I don't know because I don't have the dislike thing turned
Okay.
on. But
I'm curious.
Winner,
Here's
Mayor
my
Bear
thing, though.
of the
I
night
don't-
shift.
Congratulations, Bear Bear.
Yeah, Bear.
Wonderful.
Thanks, guys. That was really fun. It was really fun.
The Inner Light is not really that much of a Star Trek episode.
Jody, zip
No.
it up.
Sorry.
We
You
had
know
to
what?
do a-
Do your
we had to do a
research.
whole debate on
Don't just
that.
go with your heart, Heather. Sometimes you have to look at the information too.
No,
But
I
Star
My
Trek-
opinion
Star
on
Trek
that
is such
Yeah,
hard.
that's
episode
what
is
I
if
like.
Patrick Stewart never said it was his favorite, no one would ever talk about that episode.
Oh, I
It's
disagree.
beautiful.
That's actually a
Yeah.
very good point.
Mm-mm. There's a lot of
And-
episodes
I
that
think
people
that's
say that
very
they
good.
Okay,
hate.
colored.
Heather, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not a beautiful episode. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is it wasn't Jessie Gender. I originally thought that, but it wasn't Jessie Gender. It's another girl who's really big on Star Trek reviews.
Alison Frugner.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. If I find it, I'll give it to Davan and he can put it in the comment thing at the bottom there. But hey, I agree with you, Heather. From a visual thing, other than it's a beige planet all the time. But
Very beige.
That's a broader
there's
Star
a
Trek.
lot of beige in
It's
that
not an
episode.
episode complaints.
Like these people don't have any color in their lives. But I think it has merit, but it doesn't have merit as a Star Trek episode. Like it could have been a Quantum Leap episode and it would have been better.
Gavin, do you
Like,
know that
sadly.
Alan Moraine or Move Along Home is considered to be Cisco's least favorite episode?
I know he didn't like doing.
I
the
agree with him
hopscotch.
on that
Yeah,
one.
I
wholeheartedly.
don't have any there's no bearing for me what the actors think specifically about
Yeah.
the episodes.
I don't
just
either.
kinda go
I
with my own
you know,
thing.
you got to make your own opinions, guys. It's that
Yeah.
simple. You know,
Right.
if you like
Which
something,
is
you like it. Who cares?
100% how I feel. And when you were saying, oh, you have to watch this so and so, and they just tell why it's a bad episode. No, I don't give a shit why anybody thinks it's a bad episode. I like it. And I'm certainly not going to watch somebody else just complain about it or just say why it's bad.
You know what? I'm
it's
just not.
subjective.
You
For
know what,
Cardassia,
Heather?
I
I'm
agree.
just not that narrow-minded, I guess.
This is gonna be
Just
a
so you know,
battle
Heather,
cry.
that's what we do
No.
on the review in the command division. We just say how much we don't like things, but and like it actually. We're generally pretty positive.
And whoever said earlier that the TOS episodes are mostly garbage, I completely agree with you. It's
that was
there's
me who
only a
said
couple gems in there.
That was
I
us in
think,
the
that,
chat.
I think that was all
Yeah.
three of you.
Was that
I was
everybody?
the only
That
one that
might
was
have been
not.
everybody,
That was not just.
But you
not
know
me.
what? As much praise as it is, I understand why people like it, and I understand why people enjoy it, and they have this nice big bond with it. We all have bonds based on what we have watched, and I think the big thing we need to take away from all that is the fact that just because I don't like something doesn't mean it isn't good. You
Yeah,
can
I'm
love
really
something
good.
that I don't
I'm
like.
really good.
And the same
100%,
thing.
promise.
I like Nemesis. Most people don't, but I find it a fun movie. It's fun. It's stupid. It's absolutely
Stupid.
garbage, but it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
You
way
know
more
that-
fun than Insurrection.
That poor guy.
Insurrection is just a
That
snore
poor
fest.
guy.
Running
almost
through
committed
caves is
suicide
awesome.
over that.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
How many
Especially
cave
if there's
episodes are there in
Kelvinites in
Star
those
Trek?
mines. If there's
I've
Kelvinites,
seen
it's
caves
even
being
better.
run through all the time. It's not-
Data was a flotation device, and that kid had the little house hippo. Amazing.
The
Insurrection.
house hippo.
The house
Oh.
hippo is the only thing I liked in that whole.
Insurrection has
Nobody
so much-
dislikes the house hippo.
Insurrection had so much heart. There were so many fun, entertaining,
Yeah.
funny interchanges between the characters that we know and love. It
You
was
know what?
about
Honestly,
that,
if
not
it was
about
like
the
a
big
two-part
dramatic thing.
episode,
It should have been a
probably
two-part
would have been
episode.
happier with it.
Oh, sure.
But the
So
fact
many
that you
Didn't need a
made
movie
this a
budget.
major
but
movie
I
and
love
you
it.
charged
We got a
people to see
movie.
it,
It was a big budget. Everybody looked fantastic. The cast
Mm.
was fun. The setting was fun.
everybody
Riker-
looked fantastic.
Riker got a
Three-quarters
maneuver?
of the cast is in.
Look,
rags.
another debate starting. All right,
Anyway.
look. This was a magical
We
combination.
clearly are all very opinionated.
Well, I put
that's true.
Jody and Heather together for the beautiful fireworks that
And
happened.
as Simon
I knew
Earth, I
Maeric
stand by
wouldn't
it,
wither
is a
under
terrible
that
episode.
pressure. So good
No,
job, Maeric.
I
I was like, who can I throw in
Last
there
time, last
with
time.
Heather and Jody? And I'm like,
If you
Maeric
go
can handle
in,
it.
okay, I got to say this because people in the comments are saying stuff. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay, if you go in watching Nemesis, not expecting anything but just a little bit of entertainment, you'll enjoy it a lot more. If you go in thinking it's
Not
going to be
true.
some intellectual masterpiece, you are definitely going to be disappointed. It
Listen,
is
I
not
went
a
into
good
Nemesis expecting a little bit of entertainment, and that's what I got. A
No,
little bit.
you
of
got depressed.
entertainment.
You got
I got
depressed
tons
and
of
walked away.
entertainment out of
I
Nemesis.
was almost as depressed as what's his name after that. He almost committed Sudoku after that movie. It was terrible.
Yeah, but that was because of the fans. The fans are
No, he knew. He
jackasses.
was really excited about it. He knew it turned out bad.
Everybody here included.
You know who I love is Ron
We're all
Perlman.
jackasses.
I like Ron Perlman.
Oh.
Please go.
As the
he in
mind
that movie?
rapist? Hell no.
See, that's the only thing I didn't like in that movie because you know what? How many fucking
I don't like the
times did
Dune
that
buggy.
woman get mind raped?
Oh, the Dune buggy bad
It
too.
is
And
so
also,
brutal.
Dune Buggy's really bad.
if we don't care
Oh,
about
come
spoilers here,
on, the Argo.
they killed
The
Data
Argo's
in that movie.
fantastic.
No, the Argo is
The Argo
horrible.
was so cool.
I
I
gotta
agree with
drive
you,
this
Jody. The Argo was
motherfucker.
cool.
Come
Look
on,
at this,
Picard
everybody.
turned
You got a
into,
ninth
Kill
debate
Data.
for free without a tiebreaker. But you know what? You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and wherever you get your podcasts. You can contact us at locutorsoftrek@gmail.com or livelongandpodcast@gmail.com. And you can find our audio-only version wherever you get your podcast.
But then you can't see the lovely faces.
It's true. Or
Well,
go to
maybe not mine,
patreon.com/livelongandpodcast.
The other faces look good.
So it's a little cheddar cheese. Get some sweet merch for your cheddar cheese, if you want.
Somebody
You know,
on
like
the cast
sweet
will probably
t-shirts.
show their boobs.
We got sweet t-shirts. We got mugs.
Spoiler
Unfortunately,
alert. It's
probably
John.
Look at that.
It's John.
That's
yeah.
Jody on that mug right there in
Where
yellow.
am I? Am I on that mug?
Right there by Adam.
I
in the
didn't
front.
authorize this.
Where are the boobs?
I know. So I did it.
Oh, don't say that because I might have to kill them.
So, and you can find us at ufpodcast.com and find everyone on our lovely network. Shows such as Locutors of Trek. We just did our season 2, episode 1, biology with Mohammed Noor talk. That was awesome. We talked biology with an expert. And
Trexpert.
Trexpert, yes, he's
Well, I bet it's more fun than
consultant on
talking
Star
about
Trek.
biology with me. So yeah, makes perfect sense.
It certainly was, Jody. Well, and and check out First Contact, what we just did with Christopher Sequeira and Joe Eisma, who wrote and drew the Star Trek Halloween comics. We had a chat with
I
them
haven't
about
looked at
that
those
comic.
yet. I still got to check them out.
Can you put that graphic back up, please?
Sure.
Yeah, down in the bottom right, is that Picard and Crusher as the Phantom of the Opera and Christine? Oh,
It sure is.
Sure is.
I love it. Oh,
That's
better-
just a variant cover. That doesn't happen in the comic, but a lot of cool stuff does.
cool.
Check it out.
Well,
And,
at
we
least
have,
it isn't a ghost candle.
And as was mentioned, we launch Class L probes and do many things here on our broader Live Long and podcast in our many divisions here. Like Jody just said, they're finishing up Deep Space Nine Season 7 over there in the Command Division.
Yeah, one
and,
day I'll show up for one of
TNG.
them.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think
And,
I will.
in Radio Theater, the edited version of the Lower Decks comic book interpretation that we did is up there now. Check that out. That was a lot of fun, and the edited version is fantastic. Good job, Captain Dave. And, here we are in the Science Division right now. We can do things like debate and probe and Locutors of Trek, of course. And there's X-Rated, the X-Men animated review show, which I host with my co-host, Andrè Myette, who also hosts the Graphic History podcast, where he interviews people in the graphic arts, comics, even film world. It's a great show, great interviews, gets into people's lives in a lot of depth, and great conversations are had.
It was Alison Prager, by the way. That's who the YouTuber was.
Yeah, you were right, Sam. Good job.
No, he said, what's her name?
Yeah, but then he followed it
Oh,
up
did
with
he
the
say
other person,
Prager?
too.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did. Yeah. Okay, Sam, you got it right.
Yep,
I
good
just
point,
posted
Sam.
the link if anybody wants to see it, except for Heather because she won't watch
No,
it.
thank you.
She's got that tunnel vision going on.
Oh, man.
It didn't
happen.
It's not in my sight.
Deep Space Nine and Next Generation.
Tell us about Hold Up a Movie podcast, Murphy.
Hey, Murphy.
but maybe on.
Yeah. So we were supposed to be on yesterday, but things happen. Life happens.
I've
so
just
we're gonna be
finished
on the
moving.
next- Yeah, it looks nice. I like it. I mean, commend you on that. Yeah. So next Wednesday we're back. It's gonna be a radio DJ special. We've got Radioland Murder, Airheads, and Pontypool with special guest Patrick Walford from the Adobe Hal radio show. The great little rock and roll sort of little radio show. Anyway, it's gonna be great. Join us for Hold Up next week.
Yep. Do
Thanks
it.
for having me, guys. It was
We'll
fun.
definitely do it next week. And check out the Super Mater Brothers podcast where they review reality shows. Check out Aiming on Track where they review albums. And the Hellbound podcast where they talk about horror. And that's it.
And
You
Let's
gotta
get
let
out of here.
Heather
Oh, I forgot.
Maeric
Trivial
talk.
debates. Yeah, I know. I do. Trivial
also,
debates.
Yeah. We got trivial debates.
Yes, I
we
was
just did one.
I was just recently
Transformers.
on that one.
Yeah, you hosted.
I
That was a
did.
great one, actually. I don't even like Transformers, but that was a great episode of Trivial Debates.
It was entertaining.
It really was. Good debaters. Oh, yeah, and I forgot. We also launched a new show, the last show I could cannibalize from Locutors of Trek Season 1. Trek 10, where we do top 10s, and we just did top 10 plot points that should be picked up for a Star Trek Legacy TV show.
I don't think
Check
I
that
actually
out.
saw that yet.
Yeah, I think we picked some good ones. That was me and Dave Puxley. And, as we know, Dave Puxley likes to go on a bit. So there's lots of good conversation to be had as well. That's it. I guess, Heather, you want to plug anything?
Just my beauty.
Good job. Good job
you
on
can
that.
find
I'm
that-
going
And
to
my
commend
new
you on that.
shirt. And my new shirt.
I would
I got
watch
this
that all
shirt.
day.
I got this awesome shirt from
It
a
is
friend
pretty.
on one of our Star Trek Facebook groups on Daughter of the Fifth House. She ordered it and it didn't fit her, so she sent it to me. I just paid for
Order
the
of the
shipping.
Sacred
It
Chalice of
was
Brief.
super, super nice. And
Yeah, the
heir
Holy
to the
Rings of
Holy
Beta Z.
Rings of Beta Z.
There it is.
That is
That's
a pretty
it. Oh,
kicking
and
shirt.
my band is not active anymore, but if you want to listen to our music, we are the Galpines. Not safe for work. Good time.
Oh,
Fair
now
enough.
I definitely want to watch it. I
Jody's,
definitely-
you're now Jody's favorite band. Maeric, what's going on over on the night shift?
You can find us at SD Night Shift on Twitter, Star Trek Night Shift on YouTube, and yeah, come check us out. We have a Discord too. I can't easily link because I don't have a vanity URL, but that's where we do all of our stuff. We do watch parties every week. Fun events. We have an artist who's doing Star Trek Lower Decks renditions. She's phenomenal. She's done all of our work, so we're going to be doing an event for that soon. Come join. Tons of fun.
Oh, hey, Adam.
And vote to get rid of that mustache.
Man, you just lost a point, buddy.
All right, let's get.
What? I don't get to plug
Thanks,
anything.
guys.
What do you want to plug? The Command Division?
Nothing.
Exactly.
I just wanted to be included.
You can plug in. You can plug in your headphones or something.
I already did. I can hear you. We're good.
And a friggin' good job.
But you know what I
did it
don't
too,
have to
buddy.
plug? You know what I don't have to plug?
What's
My
that?
wireless phone.
Hey,
Hey, you won that debate.
You did.
detached nacelles, baby.
That's the
Wave of the
self for the
future.
win. God, that's a horrible idea.
Yeah, it is.
What if they just like detach randomly while you're in warp?
End transmission.
Bye, guys.